Are you a Venusian starseed? 15 traits, mission and appearance. Are you wondering if you are a Venusian starseed? Then you have come to the right place. Before we dive into all the facts you need to know about Venusian starseeds, it would be helpful to define what a starseed is to begin with. What is a starseed? Starseeds are souls incarnated on planet Earth, who originate from different parts of the universe that are very far away. Given that there are many starseed races in the world, each one of them tends to contain a different purpose. Overall, they help awaken humanity by transferring lessons they learned while creating their worlds so that we are equipped with the ability to evolve and change. Starseeds are beings who feel a very intense connection with the night sky, which arises out of a past or future life. They also tend to be very curious individuals who cannot help but pose the question of whether everything is an illusion. The main traits of Venusian starseeds. 1. You are a sensual and passionate being. If you're a Venusian starseed, you are a very compassionate person who feels emotions very intensely. Being sensual means that every relationship you form with someone is deeply lasting and meaningful. The person you bond with is someone who values your presence in your life, and ultimately, your essence. 2. You care about other people. A large sign that you're a Venusian starseed is that you find yourself thinking about and caring for how other people feel. If there is anything you can do to help them feel better, you do it without thinking about it twice, which signifies your potential to leave a very impactful mark on Earth. 3. You are in tune with your spiritual self. This type of starseed feels very connected to their higher, or spiritual, self. This is because you get strong guidance on your path of helping fellow humans in advancing on their spiritual awakening journeys. As a spiritually advanced being, you are also sensitive and tend to overthink certain events or situations. You may feel like something that goes wrong has to be your fault, especially if you experienced that situation firsthand. A good reminder for Venusian starseeds is that they are not in control of everything all the time, which may be a bit difficult to digest as a being who is supposed to aid others in such an important process. 4. You feel connected to the universe and your spiritual guides. You feel like you could spend more time living inside your own head than dealing with real-life scenarios, since your spiritual self resides within you. By being in tune with your higher self, you're able to communicate with your spiritual guide. Essentially, you're able to connect with beings from higher dimensions, who offer you guidance on how to progress with your mission of helping spread spiritual enlightenment on Earth. 5. You are curious about metaphysics. Venusian starseeds know that there is way more to life than what may seem. Since you originate from another part of the universe and inhabit a different one, you are naturally curious about what lies beyond the skies you see every day. As such, you're a person who always questions what is told to you and you try to think outside of the box. You realize that what we have been taught in school is not the whole truth, and you think it's time for cosmic disclosure. 6. You have an attractive aura. Since you come from a different planet, you embody a certain energy that isn't necessarily from this Earth. Because of this, people you meet and surround yourself with will want to find out more about you and come to appreciate the new energy you bring to the table. You slowly begin to realize that your life purpose may just be to help others discover their own, by making them see their potential and power to change the world for the better in turn, which is an integral part of being spiritually enlightened. A lot of times we aren't aware of the level of potential we have stored in us. 7. You are passionate about ancient times. Given that your soul originates from a time that was inhabited by an ancient Egyptian goddess, it isn't a surprise that you are drawn to ancient civilizations like Lemuria, Atlantis, and ancient Egypt. You like to think of yourself as an old soul, and any aspect of older decades, years, or centuries piques your interest immediately. Because of your ties with Hathor and Venus, you might also be drawn to the goddess Aphrodite. You appreciate values coming from a time period before yours and even try to implement them in your life as much as you can. 8. You are captivated by aliens and space. You are aware of the existence of extraterrestrial life and are fascinated by the potential to form alliances with them. You also realize that by the term alien, one is referring to another form of intelligent life, coexisting with us in an infinitely vast universe. You know deep down that there are a lot of lessons that higher intelligence can offer to humans, and the best way to do so is by studying the way these civilizations live their lives and structure their societies. 9. You are interested in alternative healing modes. Venusian starseeds are deeply sensitive people, so it is important for you to remember that you shouldn't carry all the weight of the world's problems. As such, you tend to be inspired by the thought of healing the world one step at a time, and have a big interest in ways of healing the body through alternative ailments such as non-traditional medicines. 10. You are creative. As a Venusian starseed, you are a creative soul who is always seeking to find solutions to some of the most prevalent problems that Earth is facing. You like to believe that our future is in good hands and humanity can work as a collective in order to advance in areas like technology. Your creativity makes you understand that human potential doesn't have any borders and that Earth is constantly on the verge of evolving. Creativity is a skill that everyone has but not everyone can cultivate. 11. You're a free soul. Given your purpose to enlighten humanity, you cannot help but look forward to the future. You tend to see the future with optimism and always try to create a better environment for you and the people you spend time with. This may be why you notice people often seeking your advice on important decisions. Your manifestation method is efficient and you know that you are able to create your desired outcome by visualizing it into reality. 12. You feel drawn to the sky at night. You can remember yourself being curious about the nature of our universe ever since you were little. The notions of extraterrestrial life, time travel, and parallel universes have always caught your interest, all which are a part of starseed awakening. So when you find yourself daydreaming, it's not simply daydreaming. You catch yourself fantasizing about faraway galaxies and the farthest corners of the universe. The fact that we inhabit a floating ball in space intrigues you to an extent you cannot possibly describe. Since Venusian starseeds originate from a different planet, you find the sight of the skies and stars to be very comforting, as they remind you that you may not be so far from where you came from after all. 13. You believe in astrology. You have a profound interest in the numerical aspect of the universe, and believe in the immense signs that our solar system carries when it comes to determining your life's purpose and the nature of your true self. The more you study astrology, the more you realize your true self and your hidden strengths, which are aspects of yourself that you cannot learn simply by studying your zodiac sign. 14. You are very empathetic. As a person who feels deeply, you often put yourself in the shoes of others, and tend to always want to help someone who is in need of it. If you feel that you aren't putting in enough effort in helping someone who requires it, you feel a sense of an intense amount of guilt. Emotions are some of the most overwhelming aspects of being human for a Venusian starseed, so it's good to remind yourself to be more mindful of your feelings, especially when you feel like they are getting out of control. Of course, this isn't to say that you shouldn't be feeling emotions. On the contrary, you should feel and appreciate all feelings that come your way, but what is harmful is to stay attached to them without being able to let go of them. 15. You are in tune with your divinity. As it's been mentioned already, you are in sync with your spiritual self, so your awareness of your unlimited potential inspires you to help all other souls on Earth to connect to their divine, universal nature. The fact that you are in tune with your higher self tends to make Venusian starseeds caring people. Your empathetic nature means you feel the emotions of others very strongly, which makes you able to connect with them on a deeper level.